then they are about, well, maybe about to get smoked by a Kipper, maybe. Smoked like a Kipper, not by a Kipper.
I was about to say.
Yeah, back in the room. Cloud.
Understanding that, I mean, they may feel like that's, even though it's a very risky play, they must have felt like it's the best play, right? Otherwise, they wouldn't have done it. So I love that that didn't deter them. The fact that they are down so many rounds, that it could all be over very soon. They understand that Counter-Strike is played a round at a time, and that's how they are taking this at the moment. And we see Skadoodle once again back on the AWP. Again, it's been very hard for him to get going in this match so far. And sometimes that's how it goes as an AWPer. But Space Soldiers, they have a lot of stuff to work with here.
Yeah, the money was wiped out in the previous round, but now it's wiped out from the coffers entirely. If they lose this, then it's comeback trail for Cloud9. Automatic once again lurking. This time there's nobody to challenge him on the plateau. I don't know what information you can glean from that. You see there's a boost in around a drop, and Automatic's moving away, but surely Calyx won't peak this soon. So the Space Soldiers have a boost, but they don't have the information. Meanwhile, the push is coming in from Space Soldiers. Engine of a 2K, that is huge. He gives his teammates a chance, but they've lost the sight. Calyx is rotating. Automatic must have heard him. There's going to be a duel on the stairs, and Calyx will lose it. That leaves it a 2-on-2 on the site, and it will soon be a 2-on-3 as Automatic moves up the ramp. Now
they have to be very cautious. They've got questions to ask here. I was about to say that there's a really big argument to just save both guns, considering, again, as you highlighted, what's going to happen to their economy with a round loss here. So at the very least, Major's going to look to save the AWP. And it's going to be interesting to see what they decide to do, because they have some rounds to play with. And obviously, it might be unlikely to be able to keep the AWP alive into the second round. So do they try to buy around it? Do they want to go for just like straight eco? There's a few choices to be made here by Space Soldiers moving forwards. And Cloud9, they're really in a great position to recover into a tied game.
Really curious to see what the desks think of the... I don't even know if you could call them retakes from Space Soldiers on the B-bomb site, because you are at such a disadvantage pushing through a smoke. Maybe there's a flash timing from the CTs as well. In that last push, Stewie was blind when he got taken down, but risk versus reward. What would you do? 4-round lead remains for Space Soldiers as their loss bonus starts to rise, but Cloud9 are surely getting too close for comfort for the Space Soldiers. When their buy comes on, can they keep their metal and take it over the line? For now, we've got Major on the AWP. I'm sure you'll look to get something done early, but it's Cobblestone. Maybe the worst map with which to do that.
Yeah, and I like how they just did decide to go for that Fleek. I think that's a nice one. Maybe they'll run into Major. You never know. I mean, we can see that right now that's not necessarily the case. He is alone towards A, so going to be just straight USPs and a CZ against a massive onslaught here from Cloud9. They're taking their sweet time about it, though, using Molotovs to make things as safe as possible. The drop zone obviously being one of the more annoying positions. Nice pop flash there to try to clear any players directly below. So slowly but surely, Cloud9 with that utility working their way forwards. Calyx on the boost will be removed from the boost. No dilly-dallying around the statues, no vandalism whilst Cloud9 are around.
Rush flanking already, looking to take the AWP away. Major misses his shot, and that's the last shot of the round for him. AWP won't get collected, but utility will. Skadoodle already has a sniper. They won't go for the opportunist to AWP. So, Space Soldiers back on the buy. No AWP, and that's important for them this round. We saw what the AWP could gift you on the CT side if you can get into position towards the plateau. So that may make a difference in the information or general game of Space Soldiers in this round. Let's see what Cloud9 can do to break them once again. They've got everything they want, starting with Stewie throwing some grenades towards A, forcing Engine away from his peak with a nice flashbang. And it might be a fast round for Cloud9 once again.
And the good thing too is that Cloud9 have money in the bank to play with should they, should a mistake be made. So it's going to be just fire rounds that Space Soldiers will have to win, of course. Now, what's some harassment from the Cloud9 side here, using lots of utility to clear out space and generate threats towards this B-bomb site. Taric now, the player who is the most far forwards, going down the stairs. Will he check this off angle? Could be a double. Oh, Major looking away from the flashbangs. Out comes Santaris, but the fast trade from Rush is going to make the difference. Cloud9 have the site. Right now, this looks impossible to retake, but Skadoodle's going to burn in Stewie's Molotov. 2 versus 3, but still, it honestly is not favorable in the slightest here for the Space Soldiers.
They are not willing to play a post-plant situation versus Cloud9. I mean, Major was kind of lost to the cause in that situation against Antares, trying to play off his teammate dying through the smoke, but it's not working out. It's the third round now where they're just forcing their way through the smoke grenades on the B bomb site and having limited success. Two weapons likely to be saved by Space Soldiers in this round. And following the next one, which presumably will be an eco, there'll be a max loss bonus, but Cloud9 are heading to a 13-14 scoreline. Space Soldiers running out of steam.
It does get slightly more dangerous for Cloud9 here, though, in this situation, because, again, as you say, they've got 2 guns saved. They've got the max loss bonus, so they can get a couple of CZs and Kevlars with those CZs, potentially, on a couple of the players. So there is definitely a world where Space Soldiers do a lot of damage here. We've already seen what they can do with CZs. So Cloud9 need to, of course, maintain that discipline, maintain that composure, and keep the focus up so that they don't get caught off guard here, because it's when you think you're safe is when you're not in a game like Counter-Strike.
For me, Space Soldiers need the AWP. They need the AWP on plat. Otherwise, I think they're going to have a considerably more difficult time trying to get those much-needed last rounds on the board. They've only won 3 rounds in this half so far, although in total they've only been 7 rounds won by CT sides in this match. That is a really bad smoke. But ultimately, it won't mean so much.
It looks pretty cool, though.
It does look cool, yeah.
Okay.
It does look cool. You guys remember that next time I throw a bad smoke on overpass. 14-12, 2 rifles, one of which is hiding around the statue position. Ooh. And Tarek says, absolute no.
Yeah, that is not a good start for Space Soldiers. Down to the 3 CZs. Can't really get much done here. Oh my god, Automatic is just wrecking everybody. And it's finished off by Tarek. 14 rounds for Space Soldiers. We've been there for a while, but 13 now for Cloud9. They have mounted quite the comeback with 5 rounds back to back to back.
You will note the lack of smoke grenades on the site this time. They know they're up against pistols for the most part, and the smoke grenades may be more helpful to Space Soldiers to cause anarchy that we saw Cloud9 play on for 1 round in the first half. So Cloud9 staying focused at the moment, but this is the all-important round for the North American team. This is the round they need to win. Paz is indeed on the AWP once again, starting towards the A side. And Cloud9 will start towards B with their own sniper rifle. And again, you sometimes see snipers flash back and forth over this wall to force the opponent away from the superior angle. But now will be smoked, so Cloud9 will be contained for a while, and Tarek gets lost early.
Yeah, good start from Space Soldiers. Cloud9 have lots of time to mount a recovery, though. Automatic begins to pressure towards the drop, and Cloud9 may actually, with the man-down situation, decide to just go in to the B-bomb site. But with the positioning of Space Soldiers on the plateau, as it is with Major, he's probably good for at least 1 there, which would make things really tough, as that would buy a lot of time for rotation for Space Soldiers. So he has to get at least 1 here. Major, what can he do? Will he be looking for it? Oh, it might be 2! Just the 1, though, and the information as well. The bomb is spotted. That big peek onto plateau did not go well. Big chance for Cloud9.
The CTs need to get onto the site through the door, through the choke points, and they manage to do that close by the tree. The smoke goes down, and that allows them to get closer to the site. That makes it even worse for Space Soldiers. Sorry, Skadoodle is there. The bomb is down now, 30 seconds, and Skadoodle has it all to do once again in a clutch position, trying to spray. Maybe he knows Calix was tagged, but Paz has the angle, and there's match point for Space Soldiers. And I have to say, I think that Zantaros was essentially a bait. He's standing on the top of plateau, but not showing to the Ts and their position. And he's just spraying towards the drop zone. But you can figure out his position roughly from Cloud9. And I think that might run distraction while the first kill comes in from his teammate who is closer with the off angle.
Absolutely. I think you're absolutely right. Lots of. I mean, that's the level that they're definitely thinking of. We've seen it before. I mean, we see